Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Ooh, lucky bug.
Are you being sarcastic or something like that?
Fool, you should never mix your drinks.
What are you retarded?
We'll have to take this abuse much longer.
You're a fool! You're a fool! You're a fool!
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
You think this is a fucking joke? This ain't Kenny camera. There's no hidden cameras.
Oh shit, I've said fuck, oh fuck, I've said shit.
That's your ass. Get a weapon collector class.
I could knock him out in the shed.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy.
Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time.
Is this not why you are here?
All right, everyone. WeaponCollector. Did that just stop early then? That was strange. Yeah, I thought we could talk about David Lynch. I'm even dressed as David Lynch tonight. Yes. All right, I'm just trying to set. My mouse is playing up at the minute. And apparently so my guts. So, yeah, we may have some new people on tonight, hopefully. We'll see. I doubt it, though. So, hello, Stu, Persia, Mother, Anthony. How are you not doing? You all right? Welcome to the Bed Sitters Club.
What are you doing in so early? Shit the bed.
Hello, my queen. How are you? You all right? Right. Fucking hell. I've put on so much weight. This shirt I'm wearing is bursting at the fucking buttons. I'm going to have to undo it from like here and lower so you can't, you know. It still looks smart, but I can breathe. So yes, how are you lot? Said hello to everyone, anyway. Mother, how you doing, mate? You all right? So yeah. Poor old David Lynch has died. I love David Lynch. I was just watching a film class thing that he did on YouTube. They said all the best clothes shrink a little. They certainly do, Persia. They certainly do. And these have a lot. Yes. I got my DVDs out. You know. Ties don't have. I don't really like ties, to be honest. But if you watch David Lynch interviews, he'll often be dressed like this. So, yeah, why not? Why not? Hello, my queen in the background. How are you? All right? So anyway, what have you lot been doing? I was going to watch. I might watch it after the live stream. I might watch Eraserhead tonight. I was going to watch it today, but I didn't have a chance. I either didn't have time or I was asleep. Shit, like I've been asleep most of the day today. Yeah, I might watch it tonight. Give myself some nice David Lynch nightmares. They won't be nightmares, though. They'll just be weird dreams. Alright. Come on, then. What you lot been at? No one's talking. Stu said, what's your favourite David Lynch film like? Do you know what? I don't know. So I'll show you what I've got on. I have seen all of his films. On DVD, I've got Inland Empire, Wild at Heart. Still not got a proper copy of Mulholland Drive. That's from a newspaper version. But you know, it is what it is. Blue Velvet. Actually, that's probably my favourite David Lynch film. June. But I don't know. I like them all because, you know, well, some I like more than others. But, that's not all the DVDs anyway. And then I've got all of the Twin Peaks stuff. I've got all the Twin Peaks stuff now. Don't know. June, maybe. Or Dune, as Metallic likes to make me say. Metallic's going for a wee. Yeah. June, probably. I don't know. But I still there's still quite a few I need to buy. But as I say, I have seen all of his films. I've seen all the feature films. Right, Nick, how you doing, mate? Thank you for the idea for this. Yeah, a good idea. Anthony said, yeah, definitely June. I've done a review on that. Now, I might watch that and see what I said, because it was quite a long time ago. I might rewatch it and see how I feel about it now. Because I do like Firewalk with Me. I've always liked it as a film, but it feels very different to the show. It's this is like fucking. There's nothing funny in this, put it that way. Whereas Twin Peaks was often funny and poignant. This is more sort of harrowing. But I suppose it's supposed. Persia, I watched that today. I watched that PlayStation 2 trailer today, and I feel I didn't know that existed, but I felt like I recognised it. You know what I mean? But I can't ever remember seeing it on the telly. Persia said, didn't know he did an advert for PlayStation 2 till today. Yeah. I watched that today, but I don't know if I knew about it or not. Because I feel like I did. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I'll watch Eraserhead tonight. I've often said that the lady in the radiator gives me nightmares. But now I've read some more. So I've watched Eraserhead 3 or 4 times. I've always found the lady in the radiator fucking horrible. And singing that song in my head used to do my head in. I've been singing that song today quite happily because Metallic, I'll have to send you the whole scene, or maybe we could watch it one day. Lady in the Radiator, right? Read a bit about what she represents and stuff like that. It changes the whole thing. She's not scary anymore. So you may not find her scary anyway. Not scary. I found her like freaky and like fucking, I don't know, slightly repulsive. She's got these big bulbous cheeks. But now that I know a little bit more about it, I don't find her like that anymore. Yeah. So yeah, I might watch Eraserhead. The only problem is if I watch it tonight. I'll tell you what we will do later. At some point, we will watch part of my interactive film that I made, because that was 100% partly 100% partly, that makes sense. That was partly inspired by David Lynch and Twin Peaks. And there's a scene in that where I go and visit the Red Room. So maybe I'll put that on later. How you doing, Smiley? Right, mate? What I'm saying, I want to watch Eraserhead tonight. The problem is I can't watch it properly because of being half deaf. Because that film does have a lot of like the soundscape to it is a lot of what makes you feel weird when you watch it. So it's better to hear it as good as you can. But yeah, maybe I'll just put some earphones on and turn them as high up as I can. But yeah, we'll watch a bit. Who out of you who hasn't seen the interactive film that I did, where you can pick your choices? It's inspired by quite a few different things. There's an Evil Dead inspiration in there. What else? I don't know, there's loads anyway, but there is a full-on, definite Twin Peaks, David Lynch connection, and also the sound of it as well, like the music. What I could get for free off of the YouTube audio studio was inspired by that. Anthony said, I don't think I've seen it, to be honest. But all right, what I'll do, I'll show you it later in a bit. I'll show you the interactive film in a bit. And then if you don't want to watch it properly yourselves, you can. So basically, it starts off. I won't do the whole thing, so you lot can go. And also, the one thing I will say with the interactive film, it won't all make sense till you watch all of it. So you have to go down every single timeline you can, and then it will make sense. Some will finish quite early because it's almost like a game over. You know, you've gone down the wrong line and I've died. Shit like that. You go down other ways and it gets longer and longer and longer. Yeah, and there's a time travel element to it. So you may see a character that doesn't make sense being there. If you go down another timeline, you'll see how they got to that other timeline, if you know what I mean. Nick said, just in case you're unaware, Mike, you can change the bounce of your headphones in Windows so you can make it louder. Just on the bounce. That's a good idea. Yes, I did know that, Nick. I hadn't thought about doing that. Yes. Yeah, maybe I'll have to try that. Yes. Yes, radiators everywhere. Well, my radiator's behind there, so you can't see it. And I don't have a radiator lady with horrible bulbous cheeks. How are you? Right? I don't know how to say that name. I'm gonna call you mad. Fuck's sake. I do know how to say that name. I just don't want to say it out loud. Oh god. Bergio said, I will have to rewatch it, Mike. It's been a long time. Yes, so that interactive film I did called The Infinite Deaths of WeaponCollector is partly inspired by David Lynch in that. So yeah, we'll put a bit of that on and I'll show you the bit that is inspired by it. But it's worth watching and you can go and watch all the other timelines. Yeah, I think that's what I watched. I'm probably going to go on what I would ideally do tonight, I would have gone on eBay and bought all of his films. But I'm too fucking skint. So that ain't going to happen, sadly. So, Metallic, I'm sure you can hear me. Twin Peaks, the first series, I think only has 7 episodes. I think, I'm not sure. It says on there 1 to 7 anyway. But I'm not sure. At series 1. Let me check. Episode 5, 6, and 7. Yeah. So there's 7 episodes on series 1. The only thing is, I suspect I'm going to regret watching it with you. Hope we don't fall out. Series 2 has 22 episodes. It's not there's only 3 anyway. There ain't loads. And then series 3 has 18 episodes. So there's not loads. There's about, what is that? 47 episodes. But I think you'll like it. I think you'll also hate it. I genuinely do. I think you'll like some of it, but I think some of it you'll hate because it doesn't all make sense. But then that's David Lynch stuff. I mean, you just have to go with it and do your own interpretation of it. Metallic said, "Lol, you and your bloody radiator woman." I'll send you a clip of the radiator woman so you can see her. We'll have to watch Eraserhead. Person, I've not seen Twin Peaks. It was on TV. So I was between 8 and 10 years old. Yeah, I remember it being on the telly as a kid. So I would have been about, I don't know. Are you my age, Persia, or slightly younger? Can't remember. Or slightly older. Now, it's just slightly younger than me. I thought, you're like 25, aren't you? I'm 27. How you doing, Dave from the bunker? But yeah, that one, when they bought it back, because series 2 ended on a massive cliffhanger. A massive cliffhanger where half the characters was potentially fucking dead or had fucked up things happen to them or in other fucking realms. You know what I mean? And then that didn't get resolved for 25 years. I think it was 25 years anyway, something around about that. But that's the good thing with the internet. See, had the internet not existed now, that wouldn't have ever came back. It was only because there was masses of interest in wanting it to come back that, that got it to come back. Because without the internet, there wouldn't have been no one, you wouldn't have known everyone wanted to watch it still to bring it back as a, and then production companies, whatever, say, yeah, we'll fund it. As I said, he's about the same as me. Yeah, so I remember it being on the telly. I think I definitely didn't watch it though, if you know what I mean. The Tart said, "You made me watch a video a couple of weeks ago. Then you made me promise never to sing. Well, you'd never talk to me again. I'm all right now. I'm over my fear of the lady in the radiator. I'm fine now. I've been singing it to myself happily today. I have. I've been singing it. That song. I've been happily singing it to myself today, so it's okay. We won't fall out, and I'll talk to you. Yeah, no, I'm all right now with it. Something's changed." Italic said, "I'm glad you're through your trauma." I'm like, yeah, I don't know what it was, but something changed, and it clicked, and
You've changed, bro.
I certainly have, and for the better. Persia said, "I do believe it was on Channel 4 just before or after Alien Nation." Now, I do remember watching Alien Nation back in the day. Yeah, I do remember watching Alien Nation. Yeah, because I used to think that was quite good. Yeah. The thing, I think what might have put me off Twin Peaks as a kid is, and this is what I fucking love about Twin Peaks now, is if you didn't know anything about it or anything about David Lynch, when you initially watched Twin Peaks, it appears to be like your average, like fucking like Dallas type thing, but it ain't. It's so much fucking deeper and darker than that, and goes so many places that no other show like that would ever go. And at the time, it was highly original because you can watch a lot of things that are similar in vein to Twin Peaks now, but in its day, it was very, very original and mental. And you didn't have anything like that. Not like that. You didn't have like a docudrama. Is it docudrama? Is that what we call it? Like a drama series? It appeared like not a docudrama. It appeared like an average soap drama. That's it. A soap opera drama type thing. That's what it appears like on the outside, but it ain't. So I said Alien Nation was simple, Twin Peaks was mental and very clever. Yeah, I think when I was a kid, I must have watched a bit of it and thought, oh no, that's not for me, that's one of them. But it ain't. Yeah. If I had, I tell you the other character I would have fucking dressed as. I don't have long grey hair though. One of the scariest things that David Lynch has ever done also is Killer Bob. Killer fucking Bob was fucking horrendous. And that was very simple as well, because there wasn't a lot to it. It was more just Bob being there, and the music and the facial expressions, and just fucking, it was horrible. It was. Yeah. Damon LeBlanc says, something has changed within you. Something is not the same. Are you tired of playing someone else's game? Well, too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. I don't know what that was from, but nice one. I thought, right, in David Lynch appreciation stream, come and have a chat. I'd get some people in. No, kept the regulars away by the looks of it. Persio. Yes, I saw that today, actually, again. Persio said, you've been in a coma for 6 months. Deep in the bunker. We're trying a new technique. Please wake up. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my guts are playing up like a bastard today. It's not helping. It's just massively skin-tight fucking shirt that's bulging at the buttons. I may have to, as I said, I'm going to just undo the buttons from like there down, so you won't be able to tell. So yeah, what else we got? Metallic. There's something that interested me today, and I think you are. You know, we were talking about Nicolas Cage. So Nicolas Cage was in, I think, how many was he in? 2, at least 2 David Lynch films. It was definitely in, obviously, Wild at Heart. I feel like he was in something else. Anyway, so Metallic and me was talking about Nicolas Cage, how in the 90s and the 80s he was it was a lot better, wasn't he? This is going to go back to David Lynch. It was just better, wasn't he? Nicolas Cage. He was great in the early days. Mattel said, I wonder if that was due to having better directors back then, being in films with bigger, better directors. Well, one thing I did watch today, I'll tell you what, David Lynch does not let his actors do what they want, like what they want to do, if you know what I mean. He has a vision, and you do what he wants that vision to be. You know, like some actors, they're just, this is the scene, you do it how you want, you know. And then they'll do it a couple of times, and, you know. Whereas David Lynch, he has a very specific thing already in his head that he wants them to do. So maybe that is why he was great in that. I still like Nicolas Cage, but some of the films he's in are fucking shit now. He's excellent in Wild at Heart. Yeah. The title said, I recognise that style of directing. Yes. I just had an idea. Not that it would be his design, I doubt, but I was just thinking about, I wouldn't mind making a weapon inspired by a David Lynch film. But I can't really think of any that would have original, you know, Dune. But in Dune, it's they've got Fairbairn sights. I have to rewatch that and see if there's anything in it I could make. I just saw that. Make a Wild at Heart. Shut up with your Dune. Hello, Bob. How you doing, mate? Piss off with that, you little shithead. Maybe I could make that. Maybe I could make that. Inland Empire. How long? That one's on for nearly 3 hours, isn't it? I think. Yes, 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie. Incoherent plot, but you know, still enjoyable. I don't know. I could ever tell you what actually happens in Inland Empire. But as David Lynch has taught me, and you should know as well, not everything needs to make sense. And it doesn't. But I'd love to see your version of a Dune Blade. I'll send you some reference pictures if you like. Yeah, go on then, Persia. Yes, please. Yeah. All right. We'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah, how you doing, College Bob? You're right, mate. We're talking about David Lynch. Or apparently I'm talking about David Lynch. And everyone's either fucked off or bored or they're just intently listening. I genuinely do love David Lynch. So I've cried a bit today and yesterday. I fucking love him. Him dying feels a little bit like a family member dying to me. Yeah, love David Lynch. It's a shame that we'll never ever get anything new from him now. It is nice seeing the amount of like nice tributes to him though. Metallic said incoherent plot and enjoyable does not compute to me. I'm confused in my daily life. In my day-to-day life. I don't watch things to go out of their way to confuse me. I know this is the thing, Metallic. I know for you it wouldn't be much fun. And maybe that's why, you know, some people can't get into some of Lynch's things. Some of his things just have perfectly normal, you know, a straight story. There's nothing really confusing in a straight story. That's just about an old bloke who gets on a fucking ride on lawnmower to go and see his brother. You know. What else? You know, there are ones that make perfectly fine sense, and then you'll get other ones like Mulholland Drive, which is very. You do get it, but it is also confusing. I found out David Lynch. I think I knew this anyway, but I haven't really looked into it. David Lynch has got some music you can buy as well. I know that. Who was it? It might be. Was it Mulholland Drive? I can't remember. No. Ah, yes, Rebecca Del Rio. So Rebecca Del Rio, who sings Crying by who sings the original Crying song? Fucking hell, I can't remember his name. Anyway, him. Rebecca Del Rio does a Roy Orbison. So Roy Orbison's crying. Rebecca Del Rio does a Spanish version in this, which is fucking amazing song. I think he might have done some stuff with her. How you doing, Peach? You're right, mate. Stop saying oi oi. Every time I say that, I think it's fucking Persia. Have you? What's your favourite David Lynch film, Peach? You have watched that one, have you? I still ain't got a proper version. I've got a fucking Observer, the Observer fucking version. I've had this for years. For promotional use only. But it's got the film on it in perfectly good condition, so yeah. Blue Velvet, that's quite good. There's a scene in that where the main character, played by, what's her name? It's Isabella Rossellini. She's been beaten up and probably more by Frank, is it? I think that's what happens. David Lynch said that's based on a real thing that happened to him as a child. Not that specifically, but he was telling a story where he was out on the street one day with his younger brother. Obviously won't tell the story as good as David Lynch does, but he was out on the street with his younger brother, and they stood there looking down the road, and suddenly this naked woman appears out of the bushes. And he said it was the first time he'd ever seen a naked woman. You know, he was a kid, he was about 8. He'd never seen a naked woman. Never seen a woman in distress like that. She had blood around her mouth and like bruises on her body. And she didn't even see them. And she came along and sat on the curb next to him. And he said he wanted to help her, but he obviously didn't know what to do, being a kid. And that scene inspired a scene in Blue Velvet. Yeah, Blue Velvet, Dennis Hopper. Yes, doing this fucking weird shit. Yes, is it Oxygen? Yeah, that's a good film. I do like Blue Velvet, but Dennis Hopper in that is fucking great. He's fucking horrible. You absolutely hate him as Frank. Frank is fucking horrible. Anthony says Twin Peaks is top 5 TV show of all time for me. Yeah, I would agree, mate. I would agree. I would say that's in my top 5. Definitely. Possibly even in top 3, I think. It would probably be I don't know. If you go by, let's not count things like comedies and stuff like that. Let's do serious long TV shows. That would probably be my number 1, I think. Yeah. I think Lost would be Lost was a weird one. I loved Lost, but then eventually it pissed me off. But I still have the memories of that being one of my favourite shows ever. But Twin Peaks, definitely. Yeah. Twin Peaks, definitely one of my favourite TV shows ever. Yeah, Mulholland Drive. Yeah, there it is. That is it, Pete. I ain't got a proper cover for it. Yeah, no, I knew that's what you were talking about, Pete. Yeah. Yeah, Blue Velvet is the one with Dennis Hopper huffing on the fucking oxygen, being a complete and utter fucking bastard. And he is horrible in it. Absolutely horrible. I won't say too many spoilers, right? How many of you have seen the Twin Peaks The Return, the new one? Because Carl McLaughlin plays more than one character in that. I think he plays 3 characters, all with very, very different personas. And this version, fucking great. It's weird because they're not. I don't think you're supposed to like that character. That's was one of my favourite characters in that show. How you doing, Mohawk? You right, mate? I can't remember their name now. Or if they had a name, they probably did. Anthony said Blue Velvet is probably my favourite David Lynch film, so underrated. Yeah, I do like. I like all of them. I don't own them all. Another one that has a perfectly sensible plot is The Elephant Man, obviously, with Metallic's favourite actor in it. Not really. Although John Hurt's in that, and he's a fucking great actor, but you don't know John Hurt's in it because John Hurt is the Elephant Man. But Metallic doesn't like Anthony Hopkins. You'd like him in the Elephant Man. But I would say, I'd say June. Probably my favourite David Lynch film. I don't know though. I love that. I'm still tempted to not ever watch the new ones. In just, but it's the difference is these are based on books, so it's individual sort of interpretations of them. So those new films, they're not really a remake of that. They are just another version of the book. So it's not someone saying I can do it better than David Lynch. It's someone saying I want to do a version of June. So yeah. So I do get a bit funny about some remakes, but as I say, I don't think the new Junes are they're not remakes. You know what I mean? Yeah, I probably will watch them, Pete. I'm sort of kidding because they're not a remake of David Lynch's June. You know what I mean? My poor old guts are going mad. Person said I felt the same about new movies, same as the Dark Tower movie. It was worth watching for what it was. He did. Time out of Persio. That's right. No, I get you. That's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Watch it for what it is. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, I get you. Mohawk said, not bad, bro. Just an update. Little one had a chest infection, spent 24 hours in hospital, bless him. But he's doing better now. And Twin Peaks, what a classic. I'm glad he's better, mate. I'm glad he's better. That's great news. Yeah, poor old David Lynch has died. I found this quite interesting. So my mum's given up smoking today, and so is my brother. Right. My dad basically died from smoking. I'll tell you later, Metallic, about the smoking. John's given up. Mum's supposed to be giving up. But they officially was today they give up. My mum's got COPD. David Lynch died of I can't remember what it's called now. But it's basically I was talking to my mum about it earlier. Now the word has gone up my head and I can't think of what it's called now. Emphysema. But I think emphysema isn't that like when you have COPD, emphysema, and then COPD will eventually turn into emphysema, or they're essentially the same thing, just worse. It's like a worse version of it. So, and David Lynch smoked a lot. I don't know how much he smoked today. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against people smoking. You smoke as much as you want. I don't care. My dad smoked about 40 to 60 fags a day when they cost about 20 quid a pack. You know what I mean? But I did find it quite funny that David Lynch, in the interview I watched, the whole entire time he was smoking, he said he started smoking when he was 8. I was smoking at 8, but I'm glad I stopped now because I'd be the same. I wouldn't have stopped. It's just the only reason I stopped smoking is I just got it stuck in an obsession, basically. An obsession got stuck in my head that one day it was going to kill me, and I couldn't get it out of my head. And the only way I could stop it was by stopping. Yeah. And then I read a book that it's weird because I had that obsession, but I still couldn't stop. And then sort of out of nowhere, Matt said, "Why don't you try this book?" And I read it, and then I stopped like that. Yeah, it worked for me. Percy said, "Is it just me? Is it just me that thinks Mike's colour is very bright? That's probably the camera, or the fact that I'm being strangled and all the blood's getting stuck in my head." Nick said, "I couldn't watch the new Dunes. Tried to watch the first a couple of times and felt like I was watching it for an hour where I haven't heard someone speak." Fair enough. I'll give them a go, Nick. I might give them a go. But yeah. Sorry if you can hear my stomach. At least they're not, they're not a remake of David's version. So that helps me be able to watch them, if you know what I mean. But I love his version. I love the music in it. I love the visuals. Everything's fucking great. Right, in a minute, I'll put on the interactive film and you can watch me and my terrible acting and my little tribute to David Lynch that I did. Well, or Twin Peaks anyway. I think there's a lot of influences in my stuff to do with David Lynch, and particularly it depends what I've been watching at the time. When I made that interactive film, I must have rewatched or watched Twin Peaks at the time. When I get it on, I won't go. So it's the interactive film is called The Infinite Deaths of WeaponCollector, and I originally made it so that people thought it was just a normal video, started watching it, and then it goes a bit mental at the end. But the problem with doing that is people don't look for it, and you have to watch it for 5 minutes thinking it's a normal video before anything happens. What I should have done is maybe just had like a minute worth of making it a normal video, but I didn't. I made it a proper, you had to be committed. You had to watch that for 5 minutes thinking it was a completely normal video where I was talking about a film before anything happens. But yeah, if you want to watch it, I would recommend you don't have to, if you watch when you've watched the very first initial video, you can skip to like 30 seconds before the end or a minute before the end and then watch it from there, because the rest is just waffle leading up to what's going to happen. How you doing, Clede? You're right, mate. My mouse is playing up, so I'm having a bit of a nightmare here. All right. I should get it up for you. That's what she said. Or he said. That's what someone said. As I always say, remember, I cannot act. Why hasn't it found it? No new hiking sticks at the minute. I haven't really had time. I haven't really done anything. Fuck's sake, fuck about now going onto my channel. God, my guts are fucking playing up. Alright, I will be there in a minute. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know. The color seems to have changed. On the camera. But yeah, Khalid, I'll get back to you give me a couple of days. I've had a weird week. Where I haven't been able to do a lot. But I'll get back to you about the sticks and sort you something out properly. Yeah, maybe next week. No, now I know you ain't complaining. College, but I noticed it myself. The red looks very bright, and I noticed I'm sort of a bit more colourful today, a bit blue and red at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I reckon I've done the settings on the thing. Hello, Tristan. How you doing, mate? So we're gonna watch a little bit of my interactive film that I did. And then if you want to watch it yourself, you can. If I can do it. This is a I don't know what's going on, but when I move my mouse up, I may not be able to do it. This is a fucking bastard. When I move my mouse up, when it hovers on the thing, it goes off. Brody, how you doing? You all right? He said, Lynch was a rare genius. Thanks for streaming. It's good to see you. Well, thank you. Oh, I love him. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of David Lynch. So, this thing you're seeing here is the interactive film I made, which has a little bit. It was inspired partly by David Lynch and Twin Peaks. So I thought I'd show you that, and then maybe you can spot the bit that's inspired by it. Right. So originally, this starts off as what appears. Well, no, did I re-edit it? How long's this on for? Maybe I re-edited it. I think I re-edited it saying that. Put it back on. But it's shorter. Yeah, I might have shortened it down. Right, everyone. WeaponCollector here. Right, I thought I'd do a video talking about films, basically. You all know I'm quite a fan of. I'm going to skip to the end so you can. Yeah, and I pretty much watch quite our different choices. Quite a few of these on the PlayStation Store. Oh, was also this? On Netflix. If you've ever heard of Black Mirror, Black Mirror did their own episode. So that's 4 years ago, but I think that's when I redid this bit. Choose your own story. Put it on again. Movie. So I'm quite a lot into those at the minute as well. I've got to be quick. I can't act, by the way. No, my phone's ringing. Right, hang on. Let me just sort this out. So at the end of each bit, you can pick one. So if we answer the door, some are longer and shorter. This one's one of the shorter stories. Nice. Nice one. Just what I've been waiting for. Like experimental pills. I love my experimental drugs. Quick one should I take? Oh, I take the red one. Looks like it's the red one then. I might redo this one day. Or another day. Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, God. Fucking hell. Oh, God. It's so nice. What I feel like right now. Oh, God. Oh, God. I never said I could act. Oh, fuck, you know. That was a fucking weird dream. Oh, that was horrendous. Oh, why am I still dressed? Still got that jacket and them trousers. Oh, God. How weird. Both. Why am I dressed? Doesn't make no fucking sense. Wet. Look on the sofa. Oh, what the fuck is this? Right, and then at the end of each one, you can start again if you want. Because, so although that's the end of that bit, I told you I can't act. Although that's the end of that bit, there's bits in that story that won't make sense until you watch all of it. So you go down another timeline and you'll think, well, how did that box get in there? So when you see that timeline, you'll see me putting the box in, shit like that. But it all makes sense if you watch every bit of it. I think there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 different endings, maybe. But yeah, they won't all make sense until you watch all of it, and then every little bit of it will connect. But yeah, some are shorter. Some of them you'll sort of go down the line and I'll die straight away. Otherwise, you might go a bit further, or I might not die. All right, yeah. So that's the interactive film. That's been made more than 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago I redid the main bit and put it on Reddit because that had 1,300 views, which ain't bad. That's good. But the only problem is I know a lot of people didn't watch all of it. Like they watched the initial bit. I know they didn't go around all the timelines though, because the other timelines don't have that many views. You know what I mean, if 1,300 people had watched that, well, I suppose you're going back, but still, there should be like 300 or 400 views on the final videos if they watched the first one like 6 times. You know what I mean? Yeah. But make sure you definitely see, you have to go. I'd write it down as you go. It might make it easier. But there are at least 5 or 6, maybe 7 different endings that go down different. And it is supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be serious, There's a couple of sort of jump scares in it. But it is, yeah, but that, if you didn't recognise it, that was the red room from Twin Peaks. So that was that room. When I went in that room with the black and white floor, that was that. There you go. There's the floor. That was there. That's where I went. So that was the inspiration with Twin Peaks. Cleared, no, I don't own an HDR50, mate. No, I don't. And Cornish Bob, I think that might have been a vitamin C tablet. It's a good spot. I don't know what the blue one was. I can't remember. But yeah. See, in the very first video, there's answer the door. No, answer the phone, open the door, or ignore both. So that immediately goes down 3 timelines straight away. And then each of those timelines will often split off in 2 or 3 different places. So, yeah. They go quite far. But as I say, some endings you'll go down and I'll die straight away. That's why it's called the infinite deaths of Weapon Collector. Because you can go down various times. Because what I might do is, and it'd be quite easy to do. All I'd have to do is record a new opening video that goes to phone, door, and ignore. And then do a 4th one. On that 4th one, I could do a whole brand new, complete line of timeline. That, completely new, which I might do. But I just said it was an E. That's why you woke up with dirty hands and your tongue like a corner shop door. Exactly, mate. Object history. How you doing, mate? Kalita's stomachache scene was hilarious. Well, I'm glad you found it funny because it is supposed to be funny. It is like a horror comedy type thing. It is supposed to be funny. I'm gonna have to run off and go to the toilet quickly, just for a piss. But I'm dying for a slash. How you doing, Object History? I hope you're good, mate. And we're just talking about David Lynch. To a degree, anyway. Right, I'm gonna quickly run off for a wee. I'm gonna play Monty Says No while I go.
Good evening. Tonight on Tales from the Spider-Verse, we'll tell you the cautionary tale of Monty the dog. A dog who was found in a house completely covered in gore. All the walls had biographic pictographs drawn on them, and the pup in question was found covered in blood, and no remains of his owners were ever found. To this day, Monty the dog won't go near spirographs because spirographs are bad.
One day we were doing spirographs and we asked Monty, would you like to do a spirograph with us? No, spirograph. Monty says you can fuck right off with your spirograph bullshit. No, spirograph. Fuck off, D-Man. Or is it a Desmond?
I'd like to tell you the kids kept up the good game and that Monty did a spirograph, but life in the Spiroverse isn't a fairy tale.
Oh, spirographs. No, spirograph.
I'm back. I just had an idea. I could come on as a second character tomorrow, or maybe tonight. Maybe I could have a break in about an hour, or maybe now have a break in a bit and come back as a different character. I'll come back as him. I've got a nice red shirt. Pissy fingers, pissy fingers, pissy fingers. Yeah, that was Monty, aka Kid Killer. Watch them filthy hands. Carnage Bob said, Monty says you can fuck right off your spirograph bullshit. Yes. Do you know whose voice that was, though? That's the real question. That was the voice of Pergio. Monty's voice is, Pergio is the official voice of Monty. Watch them filthy hands. Oh, yeah, I even got dressed up as David Lynch tonight. God, my fucking guts are playing up tonight. There's nothing wrong with me. I've eaten a load of vegetables today, so my guts don't like them. It's a pain in the ass. Because I could literally eat a load of crap. Guts will be fine. Eat vegetables. No. Body fucking hates you now. Object history. So I got hired to be an expert witness for a court case again. Now a 3 times recognised weapon expert. Need the money to. I love that that's getting done, mate. That's great. I think Monty's voice is a bit more rough. First said vegetables. That was my food. Fuck's sake. Hando in the Bando said, why are you wearing a suit, silly man? Because I'm dressed as David Lynch. Go and have a look who David Lynch is. And you'll often see him dressed like this. Exactly like this. So there you go. I'll show you. I ain't got no pictures of actual David Lynch dressed like this. But, I'll show you another character. If I got one. Typical, I haven't. My Agent Cooper basically wears the same clothes as David Lynch likes to wear. Although he ain't got a black tie here. Joyce Bob said needs more hair now. Or needs more hair now. If you add my sideburns and my beard to there, done. Hello, David. How are you? I'm all right. I'm just mourning the passing of David Lynch. It's very sad. I'm not going to get anything new from David Lynch now. Well, maybe they'll find some hidden thing that he was working on. Do you know what? If I had more money, I'd buy one of his paintings. But I don't. I can't afford that. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he even sells them, but I know he used to paint. Kando said, "What's your favourite David Lynch film?" Mine's Mulholland Drive. Probably Dune. But I don't know. Because the thing is, I class things like Dune and like Wild at Heart, although they're his films, they're based on books. A film that's purely based on like his own imagination, I don't know. Possibly, yeah, I don't know. I do like Mulholland Drive though; it's fucking great. I don't know. It's hard to say. It helps if I'd watched them recently. College Bob said, Emos probably has a chamber full of amazing work that he's in. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, and I think there are a couple of unfinished things. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know that after he did Twin Peaks: The Return, he was quite ill then. I think at that point, he could still work, but I think he'd got to the point where he was having to direct from home, like via Skype. I'm pretty sure that's because that's the last thing he did. Yeah, I don't know. I get mixed up with my with my memory, and then I can't think. Was that? But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, so but there's probably a lot of old stuff. Because how many of you lot have seen some of his short films? I've seen some of them. A lot of them are on YouTube. His short films. Because there's the Rabbits series, isn't there? I've not seen all of that. I've seen some of it. I'm pretty sure that's on YouTube. What was that fucking thing I found? So he did another TV series where they did 3 episodes and it didn't get taken up, so they didn't do it anymore. And he died, and it was an anthology. Each story was set in like a hotel room. It might have been called The Hotel Room. And each story was different. It was just set in this room. And I think when I found out about that years ago, it was like early YouTube days, and it wasn't on YouTube at the time. It wasn't anywhere online. I suspect that probably would be on YouTube now, because you'd be surprised what you can. Very rare stuff, really decent, very rare stuff is on YouTube nowadays, and a lot of the times they let it stay on there. They just put an ad on it. So yeah, but I can't remember what it's called. Someone have a look. Well, it might have been called The Hotel Room. But I haven't seen much of his work, to be honest, just the major stuff. Yeah, as I say, I've not watched. I did have a point where about 5 or 6 years ago, or maybe when this came out, I can't remember when it came out though, but when Twin Peaks: The Return came out, I think I had a bit of a binge then of trying to watch his rarer stuff. Because I'd seen all his films. He only ever did 10 films, didn't he? Hang on, I need to find this short. Right, hang on. Television, that was it. So television, it's called Hotel Room. So look up David Lynch's Hotel Room. 2 of the episodes are written and directed by him. That's probably worth watching. But I don't know though. Val, how you doing? They said the new Dunes are bland. I liked Lynch's version. Yeah, I've not seen the new ones, and I'll give them a go, I think, just so I know. But I suspect I will probably think the same thing. There's a few people on here who've said, "No, I didn't bother. I couldn't get into them." David said, "What's your favourite weapons movie?" Possibly Predator, or I always like Predator, Commando, and Raw Deal as like pure weapon porn, if you know what I mean. College Bob said, "I have watched Elephant Man, which I like." Is that the only one you've seen, Elephant Man? So the other films, I'll tell you the other films that David Lynch did. So he did Eraserhead, The Elephant Man, June, Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, Lost Highway, The Straight Story, Mulholland Drive, and Inland Empire. Object History said, "Now that's a damn good question. Best weapons movie." Yeah, I don't know. It depends, don't it? Yeah. But I always, as I said, Predator, Commando, and Raw Deal, all Arnold Schwarzenegger films, all had extensive, what I would call weapon porn scenes, where it was just fucking guns and weapons and cool as fuck music. And, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger basically just putting guns in bags. That was enough. That was enough. That's all you needed. He don't do a lot with knives. Well, you know, knives do feature a bit, but a lot of Arnie's films, there was more guns, weren't they? Yeah, I'm going to look for a copy of Eraserhead. I need to buy. The thing is, I want to buy. The only reason I haven't bought some of the David Lynch DVDs, I would own them all, but getting a copy of Eraserhead, they're like fucking 20 quid second hand. Persia said, as far as fucking hiccups. Persia said, as far as weapons go, I love weapons in Gangs of New York, but Terminator 2, The Gun Bunker. Or Tremors. Tremors. I forget about Tremors. Yeah. Because I'm nowadays, see, when I was younger, I had a massive leaning towards guns. I fucking love guns. You can tell I do love guns. You know what I mean? But I must say, nowadays, I much prefer things like, you know, melee weapons, swords and knuckle dusters and knives. I'm much more into that now than, I'm more in stuff that I could get hold of and make nowadays than the guns. The guns still look cool. I still love guns, but I've got my gun display and my weapon display, but I can make and replicate a lot of knives now. So yeah, more into that now. But when I was a kid, most of the films that got me interested in it were gun based. So yeah, but yes, Gangs of New York is that's a very good example, and I forget about that. Yeah, and that's a lot of blades and cudgels and shit like that. Yeah, exactly. But I said guns for show, blades for a pro. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Object History said Eastern martial arts, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, because they have so many, and a love letter to the old school kung fu flicks. Yeah, that's a very good one. Yes, and that would be all handheld, melee weapons, wouldn't it? Cornish Bob said he had some great titles for films. Anthead, that sounds cool. Just been doing some research then. Yeah, is that some of his short ones? Yeah, some of his short films. I've seen some of them, and as I say, I bet you the majority of his harder to find stuff that like 15 years ago you couldn't find, I bet you can find that quite easily on YouTube now. Yeah, years ago, David Lynch's Hotel Room, or whatever it's called, you could not find that anywhere, so I just gave up on it. It wasn't until today that I had a look and remembered that it existed. I bet that's on YouTube somewhere or online somewhere. Person Object History, I feel your pain. Love me a trench weapon. And there are so few examples, even in museums. Only seen a few in movies. Yes. Oh, yes. Object History said, Gangs of New York annoys me because it should have been filled with the kinds of weapons I write about, and it wasn't. Still a great movie. Yeah, that's a good point. Did you? I don't know if you've been watching. I didn't do a video of it, and I don't think you're on my Instagram. Object History. But I should have kept this a surprise, really. But if you would like a little gift soon, I should be making some of these. Hang on. I've got plans for quite a few because I bought a piece of leather that's basically bigger than a door. So recently I can't do a full screen. I made myself a set. And they'd be perfectly legal to send about wherever because they're legal in the UK. It's legal for me to export them. So yeah. I don't know how well you can see that, but if you go on my Instagram page, I don't think you've seen that because I think if you had, you would have mentioned it. So what I might do soon, I'm going to make some original ones. So I'll do some where I copy the classics. You know what I mean? Like that one was copied off the one I've got. It was the first proper blackjack I've ever made. I've made other ones, but not a proper one. I'd say that's my first proper one. I will make some more classic ones, and I might start doing my own sort of designs. I've got some ideas. It'll start flowing because I quite like a bit of leather work. As I've said loads of times, I always have a weird thing where I don't want to do it because I think it's going to be really laborious, but it's actually not. I can sew, a piece of leather that long in 15 minutes. That's not long at all. You know what I mean? It's the thought of it. It's the thought of it that makes me go, oh, that's going to take ages. And then as soon as I fucking drilled the holes, and Object History, he said you should get into selling that stuff. I will. I am going to because there's a lot of people who are interested in them. Yeah, I'll start doing some of my own designs, so they're a bit different to what you can get. The classics are cool, and I will do some of them. But yeah, I might start doing some of my own. Think up some of my own ideas. Those are said lovely stuff. Thank you, mate. Cornish, Bob said, just reading the descriptions there on another level. The Shuriken Zone, how you doing, mate? He said, greetings, folks. May the great visionary genius rest in peace. I'm in the midst of watching Twin Peaks as we. Oh, yeah. I genuinely love David Lynch. It's been very upsetting for me that he died. Feels like a fucking family member's died. Yeah. I genuinely love David Lynch. And he's been quite an inspiration on the things I do. So yes. Yeah, I was going to watch Twin Peaks soon anyway, but Metallic, who you would have seen on my videos, has said that she'll watch it with me because I don't think she's ever watched it. So we're going to finish the series because I've got them all on DVD. We shall finish what we're watching at the minute, which is Outlander. So that should be finished in, I don't know, maybe a month. There's a lot of that. We're more than halfway through now, though, aren't we, Metallic? I could probably put up watching 5 a day now. Now I've got something to work for. But, yeah, I fucking love Twin Peaks. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it. Cornish Bob said, lol. You just gave me a thought about Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels sketch, a Fanny Ticklers and Dildos sketch, for fuck's sake. Stanley, how are you? You all right? And Douglas, how are you? You all right? Is this our friends from before? Stanley said, by the way, your skin and eyelashes are really nice. Well, thank you. Yes, it is pretty good, isn't it? My suit really suits me. Thank you. Thank you. If I stood up though, I'm literally doing what they do. You know, there's the they say about the news presenters wrapping their trousers on. I'm not quite doing that, but you know. So yeah, I'll definitely do more koshes and shit like that because you know the amount of leather I've got enough to do loads of stuff like that. What's my favourite Mr. Bean episode? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Honest Bob said you got the Rocky Horror bellow, Mike. What do you mean? Shrew said yesterday, whatever power governs this universe met David Lynch and asked, what the hell was a Razorhead about? And Lynch, why? He just smiled sheepishly and didn't say a word. Yeah, exactly. That's what he would have done. Because you don't need to know. Did you know a Razorhead is in the the American, not the Film Institute thing. It's been put in like the Library of Congress, whatever it is, as like historically important. Object History said to Persia, if my channel ever gets big enough, I feel like I might be able to leverage my resume, expert witness stuff into consultant for movies. I'd love to have a chance to put in Trench Club. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great. Object History. I'd love that. That'd be amazing. That'd be really good. Persia said, gotta have a good club cosh stick. Yeah, I've got some ideas. I've got to make. So I'll be making the stick that Persia. When I came back from the 40k road trip, I came back with quite a few sticks. So I've got one I'm going to do that Persia wanted me to build, which was, I can never remember how you say it, Geodendag or whatever it is. One of them. I need to make one of them with that stick that you gave me, Persia. What was that? Did you say that was? Oh, fucking hell. Why can I never remember any fucking thing? I actually said it the other day. Oh yeah, that's I know I read that in my head, not how it's written, but yeah, that yeah. I've got a design for a Trent's Club up there, Sycamore. That's it. I've got Trent's Club design up there. I'm always up for doing sticks, so and I've got some actual like walking stick things that I need to do. What do you call them? Fuck are they called? Why have I suddenly gone brain dead? What the fuck are they called? Blackthorn thing. Shillelagh. Fucking shillelagh. Yes. What is my favourite gun? You asked me that before, didn't you? Do you mean what I own or what I could own? Two different questions. Yeah, Object History. Some point down the line, if you would like one, I'll probably make you one of the blackjacks. And depend. I know this is terrible, but depending on how skint I am, you may just have to pay for the postage, but you might not. You might not. It just depends. So but I would like you to have one of my closhes. So yeah, sort that out sometime this year. But I've got enough leather. I've got enough leather to make fucking loads of them. So yeah, I might start start make some of my own designs as well. So yeah, but there's plenty of sticks coming up. Khalid wants me to make a yardstick type one, self-defense stick. So when I make that, I'll probably film that. Saying that, Khalid, are you still watching? I know I need to actually talk to you about this. I will email you back soon properly, and but I can definitely do it. If you're still watching, do you want it plain, like plain colored, or do you want it brown? I could potentially even do it black. Black, brown, or just sort of, when I say plain, I mean varnished as well. But yeah, you could have sort of bare wood varnished color, brown or black, essentially. Yeah. But yeah, I'll sort you out one of the blackjacks eventually. Object history. I'd like you to have one of them, Robert. I think that'd be cool. Cornish Bob said, could you make me a leather tambourine, Mike? Just an idea. Yeah, well, I'll look into that. I might be able to. I'd have to look in how you would do it because of the wooden ring. I don't know how easy that would be, but I would definitely be up for doing that. But I don't. The one thing I would say that I don't know how, because the leather I've got is 3mm thick. But yeah, no, I'll look into it. Or if you send me a picture, Cornish Bob, I'll let you know. Because in theory, and would I? Yes. Whether I could's a different thing. You know what I mean? I would definitely do that for you. Whether I could's a different story, though. It depends how you'd. Because in my head, I've got the picture of a tambourine, but I don't really. Yeah, and that leather I have, that's like thick as fuck leather, because it's like sheath making leather. Hello, Greg. How are you? You all right? But yeah, the last, I can't go over there because I look like a twat if I do, because all my shirt's open. But yeah, no, do you know what, Cornish Bob? I would love to do that for you, but I'd have to look into it. That's all. Cornish Bob said, like I said, just an idea, but that would be cool. Yeah, well, send me a picture. Send me a picture just so that it's in my head. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, can you hear my fucking guts? My apologies. Greg said, do you play video games? I do, but I haven't really played many for a long time. The latest game I will play when I get round to it is the Stanley Parable, which I've seen someone play. Looks really good. The Shuriken Zone said, I had a big holly tree come down under the weight of some snow last week. I reckon I'll carve a new Cherokee club out of that, at one of the limbs, with part of the trunk attached. So that's a silver lining. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I need to get back into some stick making. As I said, I'm always up for everything all the time, making weapons, but it's just sometimes, just fucking general life gets in the way. That's partly why I don't do so many garden videos now, as in shooting crossbows in the garden, is because with the dog and shit like that, it makes it so much more awkward. Now, I do have certain days when I could do it. Now, this wasn't a thing before, but now Mondays and Fridays, I know fully well now, are days when I can definitely do garden videos because Monty's not here. And it's not that it really matters, but trying to shoot a crossbow with a dog in the garden, or also, depending on the weather, when it's cold, my mum wants the back door shut constantly. But also, if I'm in the garden, Monty's at the window and he wants to get out and it's doing her head and he can't be, you know what I mean? So there's that. And in summer, she wants the back door open, but then that means he's running about while I'm trying to do. It's just too dangerous. You know what I mean? So that restricted me slightly with the garden videos. But I do at least always have time now, most of the time, for shed builds. It's just getting motivated to do them. And also, it's just getting round to doing them. And also, I do have quite a things that I need to do. Like, so what I'm going to do now, all the builds I'm going to do next are stuff that I've promised people. So there's some knives that people have been waiting for. Luckily, people are good with me and they know what I'm like. So, like, Shane, I haven't forgot about you, mate. You will be getting your K-bar knife. He's probably been waiting every year for that. And Nick, your bow. So there's like Jim M's video, me and Metallic Daggers, Shane's K-bar, a big dagger, a bolo, some other stuff that I'm going to keep a secret. You know what I mean? Shuriken Time said fucking hang on, I can't. It wasn't that. There's a pop-up, so I couldn't see the bloody comment. Hang on. Persia said I've been eyeing a blackthorn tree all week. Going to take some cutting soon. Yeah, Jim went and got some recently. Jim M. Yeah, I've do you know what I have got? And I need to make something special out of it. Because you know you get blackthorn. Did you know there's also a tree? Now it's not its traditional name, but I just love this name. There's also something called firethorn. I think it's called firethorn anyway. Let me just Google. It's a common bit of wood, but its alternative name is firethorn. And I've got some firethorn outside. In the shed, sorry. Yeah, pyracantha. Pyracantha is firethorn. Which is very much like blackthorn. It's pretty much exactly the same. It's got it's got thorns. And we was at a job and some woman had cut this down and had just chucked it in the garden with all the thorns. It was perfectly straight, and had all the thorns on it. So because that stuff's called firethorn, I just love the name of it, and I want to do something that's slightly. Is that what you've got outside your pyracantha? Yeah, pyracantha's other name is firethorn. I love that name. I think it's just such an awesome name. So I wouldn't mind making. I need to put something on the top. How you doing, Tom? I need to put something on the top because she just cut them off. So I need to make a handle for the top. But I wouldn't mind making them red or something fancy, and so I can say, look, that's a firethorn stick, and have some fancy red head on the end. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, pyracantha. Is that what? Oh, so that's the things you've. Yeah. Did you know that's called firethorn? Yeah. I think that's such a great name, firethorn. Right. There you go. Goodbye, dickheads. Right, where are we? Right, that may save you some time, everyone. So yeah, I've got some firethorn, and I've got some. I think there is some black. I think the other stuff that Malk got me, which has been drying for years now, so it'll be ready to go, is blackthorn. It may not be though, but I can't. I think there's some blackthorn and some also just stuff he cut that was ideal for like shillelagh type things. And I'll tell you what else I've got, which isn't traditionally used for a lot of things, but I've got a really nicely shaped bit of conifer that should be able to be made into walking stick. Now, I've made trench knife handles out of conifer before, and as long as you can avoid sappy bits, it's actually a really nice bit of wood. But it's not really traditionally used for anything, conifer, I don't think. The dad said, no, I didn't, like. I Googled it and recognised the pics. I had a thorn from it in my knuckle for 3 years. Is that what that was? Yeah. Is that, Cornish Bob, do they also call Holly that as well? Yeah, yeah. Pyracantha. Yeah, Pyracantha, also known as, that's not a thorn, it's a wart. Yeah. But yeah, I had never heard of firethorn until this week. I asked this woman. I saw these bits of stick, as I said, perfectly straight with all these thorns sticking out of it. I said, "Oh, what's that?" She said, "Oh, that's firethorn." Oh, never heard of it. Looked it up. Yeah, Pyracantha. Yeah. Cornish Bob says, "Good evening. I sense there is a nemesis here. I've sorted it out now. Because what these little fucking fools don't realise is I'm not a fucking dimwit. So just put on subscriber mode. Fuck you." It's just, I do humour some of them for a while, but it's not fucking. They're not funny or clever. So, you know what I mean? I don't mind it when they're funny and clever. These fucking retards aren't. Yeah. So yeah, I've got plenty of. What else have I got? Well, I've got quite a few sticks out in the shed ready to go. But I need to do all the knives first. Not all the knives, but I need to do the things that I've promised people that, you know, if you've been waiting like a year or 6 months, you will get your thing soon. Yeah. Tom said, how are all of you's New Year's? Ain't too bad. It's been a bit nothing for me. I didn't do anything New Year's. Saying that, I've had quite a few. We've done a couple of drunk streams and after parties recently that have been great. Yeah, so they've been fun. But I need to stop drinking a bit. I say that. I ain't gonna drink this weekend, but. Pleasure said, if only you had a list. Yes. I do. I do have a list. Is that there? I even have drawings. But how many's up there? Person, why do you write so many lists? I meant to edit this earlier, but yes. Thank you, Persia. Let me scroll and find it. Persia said, why do you write so many lists?
I write them down so I don't commit suicide later, having forgotten the idea.
Yes. Why do I write down so many ideas? Exactly. Thank you, Persia. This one goes out to Persia.
I've always respected you.
I've never been fond of you.
Cheers.
And when I was younger, I could have taken you any time.
What I should have gone was, cheers. Tom said, I've been away for holiday a lot, so I haven't seen him. That's all good, mate. No, that was the highlight. The highlight of my year so far has probably been the live streams. You know, some of the drunk live streams we've been doing. They've been good. They've been nice. But last night's was good fun. I really needed that. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? It was good. Yeah, we did a little live stream last night. Well, private chat. Cornish Bob said, I bought some new bed slats this week. I wondered if you could make a bow with them. They've got a good spring to them. Yeah, maybe. How long are they, though? Yeah, do you know what you fucking probably could make out of them? Not a bow, but a crossbow prod. So still a bow, but not an actual bow. Crossbow. They might make ideal crossbow limbs. Now that's a fucking. God, Bob, you've accidentally come up with maybe a new idea for crossbow limbs. Right, I'm going to put that on the Discord. Yeah, I reckon they could be, because they're not very long, are they? Because I'm assuming they go along widthways, not lengthways. Or do they? If they go lengthways, then you could make a bow out of them. But if they go widthways, I imagine they're only about that big. Or how big are they? My fucking guts. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Right, I've put that on my Discord as an idea. Yeah. Yeah. So I reckon that could work for a crossbow limb, though. But as you say, they are springy, aren't they? Posey said it would have to be a compound bow, though, backed with leather for strength. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's potential in it, aren't there? There is potential in it, I think. Yeah. It's an option for, if anyone sees a bed being chucked away. But maybe. I think that's definitely, yeah, that could work. But, I ain't saying definitely. But as you say, they are often, certain bed slats, are they sort of slightly bent as well? And they, yeah, exactly. Worth experimenting for sure. Exactly, Bob. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Can you not hear my stomach? It's getting fucking mental. No, do you know what it was? We won't go into forbidden talk now, so what I say stops here. So don't start bringing up other shit. You can talk about this, but not other shit. The kidney beans. It's kidney beans that are doing it. I've just realised. I fucking knew it. I thought earlier, should I have them? One month under the table. Object history, Robert. Take care, mate. Good luck with your next court endeavours. I hope it goes great, and I hope you get loads of good things out of it, mate. Take care. See you later, mate. Percy, I said, was Monty under the table. Bob said, yeah, curved with a spring in them. I've got beach ones. Yeah, I definitely think that it's a possibility, isn't it? Anything that's sort of springy like that. Yeah. I still need to one day make some. I'm going to make crossbow limbs out of a couple or a couple of weed slashes. I think that would work. Yeah. By the way, just so everyone knows, I may go off at 12 tonight, so I can get filming later. I don't know though. We'll see. I might be massively chatting by 12. Not that I'm not now, but you know what I mean. That's probably why this shirt was so fucking tight. I think I'm massively bloated at the minute. Hear that? Is there any such thing as stomach movement ASMR? Do you reckon that's real? So bed slats backed with leather and an inner core of weed slashing. Yes, there you go. Done. I've got half of those things. 2/3 of those things. My fucking bed, the bed slats on my bed are made from. But I didn't have a bed when I moved back into this room. I didn't have a bed because that was my bed. But that was highly uncomfortable. That's like a nice leather sort of fold back sort of sofa bed, but it was always uncomfortable. When I came back in here, I didn't have a bed. So in the garden, there was two heads, like the head and end of a bed on one side of it, right? So I had to gather up as much fucking bits of wood as I could find to make the bed slats. And my bed slats on this bed are made up from bits of fencing, fucking gravel boards, fucking bits of door. Obviously, you don't know that when it's under the mattress. The IBS ASMR, new OnlyFans content, yes. Do you know what? I bet you somewhere there is some kind of fucking IBS like that, IBS ASMR like that, because there's all ASMR. There's one of my favorite ones I found once was beating you unconscious until beating you till you're unconscious ASMR, and the camera is basically pointing up like that while this bloke stomps on your face and punches you in the face. That's fucking amazing joke, that is. I fucking love it. Have you ever seen that? It's fucking great. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's some IBS ASMR out there, or I could add to it. But I just said, if you can imagine it, it exists as porn, exactly, mate. Bob said, if you're wearing a belt, Mike, slacking it off, dude. I have. We'll take off your Rocky Horror suspenders. No, my shirt's open. My shirt is completely open now, and my belt is on its final hole. Might just undo it completely. Fuck it. Oh, there you go. That's better. I definitely can't stand up now, though. I'll lose my trousers. Yeah, kidney beans. I fucking knew I shouldn't have had. I'm massively bloated, and I fucking knew I shouldn't. Oh well, it was a nice dinner. I hope everyone's been liking the stream, by the way. I bet none of you have, but you've all forgotten, haven't you? And I forgot to say all night long. Berger said, what did you blend? Hang on, what did you do? Blend and pour them up your ass? Pretty much. No. No, it was chili con carne. Also, so I've had that, and I also made myself a lovely. Now, this is forbidden talk, so no more after this. I also made myself a lovely vegetable and minced lamb soup today. So that's shitloads of vegetables, all stuff that make me fart like a motherfucker, and these kidney beans ripping me fucking ass out. Honest Bob said, I have given it a thumbs up. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Might have to mute myself quickly while I fart. Hang on. No, nothing. Well, it did. It was silent there. So, Metallic, talking about Eraserhead, would you want to watch that with me sometime? Should I hold off and you'll watch it with me tomorrow, or should I just watch it tonight? Would you be up for watching that just to see the lady in the radiator? You don't want to watch it? Whatever. Oh, by the way, you lot should be able to swear now. So, test it out. Write a couple of swear words in the chat. The people who aren't moderators. Which is you, Cornish Bob. You're the only one watching. Right, I'll mute myself again. They've added a new setting. You can't probably hear this. No, I'll turn the mic off. They finally added an easy to get to setting where you can turn off all automatic moderation. But the thing is, I don't care if people swear. They swear as much as they want. But it was doing it so that I wasn't. People was coming on and saying, how you doing, Mike? Fucking hell, yeah, great, or something. And it was hiding the comments completely. You know. But yeah, someone who isn't a moderator, feel free to write some swear words in the chat for me so I can test it. But I think the moderators should be able to swear anyway. But so if you're not a mod and you feel like putting some swears on, go ahead. Please do. It's not a swear word. Gutted mother. Hang on, mother. How come you're not a mod? That one does not count. That is moderated in a completely different way. That one is moderated in a completely different way. That's the biggest swear word going. Certainly is. Oh, Christ. I don't know who that person is or why Nightbot doesn't like them, but they don't like them. Oh, by the way, also, for the people watching, this isn't a trick. You're not going to get in trouble if you swear. Just go on, right? I'm not, it's not a trick. It's not so I can fucking time you out or block you or anything. Mother, you should be able to talk now. It's only like the first one's like a 5-second timeout, I think. And no, it didn't come up, Cornish Bob. That's a shame. So no, it didn't. It should be allowed now. No, nothing came up, mate. So it's still hiding them. They're silent but violent. I only just got that. Yeah, and I've checked the other things. What did I not see? Nothing. I didn't see anything.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Well, maybe people... Okay, so fair enough. Maybe people were swearing and it didn't come up. So I appreciate the efforts, but apparently it's still not showing them. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Right. Let us... Like, spaces between them. All right, my queen. If you have no interest in watching... A Raid's Ahead, I might watch. Actually, I might save it for tomorrow, so I'm not wide awake. To be honest, I might get straight in bed after this. This is my fucking guts. No, sadly, it didn't come up. Cunty prick shit. Fucky wobble. Did not come up. No. Yes. I think that'd be fucky. Yeah. Cunty, prick, shit, fucky, wobble. No, didn't come up, sadly. No, it didn't. I appreciate you lot trying. Yeah, I thought I'd finally done it so that people could... Because I don't mind, as I say, I don't mind people swearing. That makes... But it's not me. It's YouTube's own moderating thing. Let me go on here, see if you can actually see it on here. Edit, customize. So live chat replay, subscriber mode, live reactions turned off, slow mode, edit moderators, redirect trailer. Yeah. Well, I thought it might have been Booby. So what you're all up to tomorrow? I need to make some money. All right, how can I make some money quite easily? Seriously, serious question now. I need some money. I'm fucking skint, right? I could sell some stuff, maybe. Well, I've like got rid of most of the shit that I I could sell at the minute, so I'd have to make some. Maybe because I have a channel. Because I have a channel, it didn't. Hang on. Maybe because I have a channel, it didn't work. I'm not. No, I don't know. Because what I did, I set it so that people, like anyone, could like there should be no automatic moderation on the chat. And you're not a moderator, but the moderators can swear anyway. They're sort of like automatically approved. So I don't know. So how could I make some money quickly? Because I need some money. What have I got that I could sell? I definitely got stuff to make bayonets. Definitely got stuff to make quivers. But I just said leather set. Oh, key. I could do some key rings and that. Put them on, but they don't sell that much anyway. And they're quite. But leather saps might. They seem to be going for 80 quidish on Facebook groups. All right. But I could probably knock up a couple tomorrow. Or, well, it depends. I've got to stop eating shit. I am. The thing is, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet really and just stop having the shit that doesn't agree with me, because this is quite fucking painful, and it's making me feel slightly ill. I am. I'm just gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to just give up eating the fucking stuff that does it. It's not worth it now. It's just not worth it. Certain food, or make sure I chew my food properly. Yeah, saps. I could probably, yeah, even if I just made one in the next couple of days and sold that. Yeah. Cornish Pops, no worries, dude. Don't worry about it. Dildos and fanny ticklers. Like I said, lock, stock, and two smoking barrels. Yes. I could make them. I could make, some large ones of these. I could make some big ones of them. Shit like that. Yes. Oh, there you go. Nearly got me flashing you then. Yeah, I'll probably fuck off about 12 tonight. I would normally stay a bit longer, but yeah, fucking guts are actually quite painful. I must stop eating shit that doesn't agree with me. Oh yeah, studded ones would be good. But yeah, that stuff would sell quite well. That stuff would sell well. Studded ones, all sorts. Who's going to look for a refund? Well, exactly. What other stuff can you make out of leather? And remember, it's about 3 mil thick leather. So you ain't going to be making thin stuff. You wouldn't be, I wouldn't do shit like gloves or something anyway. Holsters, belts. You can make belts out of it. I ought to write this shit down, shouldn't I? Got to find the fucking. Oh yeah, nice one, Corey Bob. Need to find some fucking paper. Right, quick question for you. Very off topic. Who knows what that is? I don't expect you to be able to read it, but that is something. We'll get back to the topic on hand though, of what I could make to sell. Also, stuff that I could put on. It'd be easier if these are things that I could put on the coffee shop. I have to be careful with the coffee shop now, putting weapon stuff on there, because they didn't like it when I put last time I put some weapon stuff on there. They didn't like it. I can't remember why I was doing it per se, but that was that automatic writing. You know, when you think of something and then you just go like that, and then you've written something in the middle of it. Yeah, there's nothing in it. I can't remember why I was doing it. Must have been doing something. Right, where are we? Right, bookmarks. Because it'd be quite quick to do this stuff as well. Yeah, hammer, yeah, belt, yeah. Right, nice. Yeah, that's a good option. The leather stuff, it'd be quite quick to do. Quite quick to do. I don't mind doing it, but you can make a good product out of it. Yeah, Maglite torch holsters would be good, wouldn't they? What I need to do, I was thinking about this the other night. I do need to get hold of some. I need to get hold of some sort of classic knives that a lot of people have, and do alternative sheaths for them. Sheaths, like pouches for Swiss Army penknives would be good. But yeah, like the MOD knife. Yeah, Mora knives. Funny thing is, pleasure. That was the main one that I thought of. Yeah, Mora knife sheaths would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to make a couple of But yeah, it's for the sort of common knives that people have, and because the problem is to make these sheaths, often you need the knife. But I do have Moras, so I could do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course the saps. Saps and bandana weights. Yep, palm saps. Nice. Yeah, some of that stuff I could put on quite a lot of that stuff I could put on the coffee shop as well, which is so much easier for me. Because you'd be surprised how difficult it is to get people to respond properly via emails. I know that's me saying that, who never replies to people, but you'd be surprised how fucking awkward it can be. It's a fucking nightmare. Whereas at least on coffee, they can just go on there and buy it. What have I still got on there at the minute? Because I know I have to take off. I have to take the bayonet. I can't put the bayonets on there. Possibly, I can't even put the fucking quivers on there now. I just have to be careful. And then what I do is I don't say anything is weapon-based, basically. Yeah, I've got key rings on there still. CCC key ring. Yeah, I'll see if I can add a couple more things on there. And then just do a sap. Maybe I'll do a nice sap soon, and maybe do some kind of like little auction thing for it. Because the problem is, I've got a load of shit to send soon. After that stuff's sent, I'm going to have no money. And then I've got a bit of money coming out of my bank to keep this going. But I still have to pay about £8 a month to keep StreamYard going. If I miss that one time, I'll probably never be able to do StreamYard ever again. Because I wouldn't be able to pay, because I'm lucky. What happened was, they changed the pricing plan from, I was getting the lowest paid one you can get, but it was like a special offer. Yeah, the lowest price one you can get, but it was a special offer. They've changed it now. So the lowest one they do is $50 a month. That's the lowest one they do. I pay $10 a month. And I have the same, out of a loyalty thing, they said, because I've been on there for so long, they'll give me like a loyalty program type thing or whatever, and I get to have the £50 thing, $50 thing, which is still about fucking, 40 quid. 35, 40 quid. Yeah, for $10, or about £8. Which that's still money that I ain't fucking got, but I always make sure I have at least £8 in the bank each month. Just keep that going because it's worth it. Because I often I don't know if there even is like a free version of StreamYard now. There might be, but often I would use too many hours. The free version, you can only have, I think, 6 people on, and you can only stream for 20 hours a month. Well, I do 3 hours twice a week. So that adds up without doing a late night stream, more hours than I have. So often what was happening, I would run out of hours and I wouldn't be able to do a after party type thing. But it's ridiculous what companies charge for something. I know. That's mental, isn't it? It's mental. I thought £8 was fucking expensive. You know what I mean? And that was a special offer that they gave me. I stopped paying because I think at one point I was paying. This is when I used to put the Patreon money into it. The Patreon money essentially paid for every month for StreamYard to be done. $25 a month. Which would probably be like £18 a month, which is expensive just to be able to play clips and live stream. And then I went off, I cancelled it, and they asked me why I cancelled it. And I said, because I can't afford it. And they said, all right, well, if you want, we'll give you this special offer, $10 a month. And the only difference is you have to have a logo up in the corner. I don't even have that now. I don't even have to have the logo in the corner anymore. I can have a logo up there if I want. Where are we? I can have a logo up there if I want. But don't even bother. Personally, I think the difference in price is worth. I don't think the difference in price is worth it. No, exactly. No, and that's what I mean. If I ever stopped doing StreamYard, I would never be able to come back to it, and it wouldn't be worth it. What the fuck would be the point? Oh, look. We're on StreamYard. Back on StreamYard, like the old days. Yeah, I've basically got like a decent tier version, but for the very, very low price that they don't even do. That was a hidden feature. But yeah, I'm quite lucky that happened. But yeah. So anyway, what you up to tomorrow, Persia? I might watch. I think I'll watch Inland. I think I'm just gonna get in bed tonight when I finish this, which will probably be 12ish. Take a fucking anti-fucking fart tablet. Get in fucking bed. Fart the fucking blankets off. See if I can actually make them rise up a bit. With farts. Fuck's sake. What am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to watch at least one, maybe 2 David Lynch films. Yeah. I shouldn't be drinking tomorrow. Thinking I've got a 9% can over there, unopened. But as usual, shit, housework, shopping, nothing special. Fair enough. Yeah. So I might go in the shed tomorrow, but no, I appreciate the ideas. That's quite good ideas. There's a few things. I'll make some kind of sap or kosh. You know the other way I could earn some money, don't you? Fuck's sake. All right. Let me just write this down in big letters. Which is it's a good, guaranteed, decent bit of money. Which I probably will do. I'll get work. I asked my brother for a day's work. Most Tuesdays they do I can't remember what it is, but basically whoever the more people I don't know how you. There's a word for it. I can't remember the word, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. It's all right. Just ignore me. President, mucking members of the public isn't considered work. Go to work. I'll get a day's work. I'll get a day's work down the yard. Yeah. I'll get a day's work down the yard Tuesday. That'll do. Yeah. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind. Yeah. That'll do. That's a good. I'll probably make something to sell anyway. But for a bit of extra money for my David Lynch DVDs. Mugging people isn't a job. I don't know. Honest Bob said, you go and have a busy new year, Mike, with all the making to be had. Yeah, definitely. Well, once I get into it, I'm going to have to just make a point of just... Because I enjoy making things anyway. So I just need to get down to it. Get certain days, like, that's my shed day. You know what I mean? Because I don't tend to go in the shed on a weekend just because it enables other people who may need to go in there for work purposes, you know, sharpening tools or fixing tools or some shit. You know what I mean? Try not to get in their way. So weekdays are like my shed days. Myself, how you doing, mate? You all right? He said, greetings from across the pond, Mike. Always glad to run into you on here, mate. And you, mate. And you. How you doing? Persia said, it's the cold, shitty weather that puts me off doing anything in the garden. Yeah, well, it ain't too bad in the shed. The shed ain't exactly warm, but I can put a little heater on. And I warm up quite quick. And you're not getting wet out there, at least. You're not getting rained on or anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll ask Mag if I can do a day's work. He offered me one recently, but I wasn't recovered enough from hurting my side again to feel comfortable enough doing it. Person said, but you need to go outside to get in the shed. Well, yes. Honest Bob said, that's it. Get yourself satisfaction from getting into new products. Exactly, mate. Person said, you are a house cat, Mike. We all know that. True. Pretty much. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right in the shed. It's all right in the shed. I hope everyone's liking the stream, by the way. I've not mentioned it all night long. And I might as well mention it. If you would like to support this channel, there's a thing called Coffee where you can do one-off donations. You can do a fucking monthly donation if you want. The link is in the description, and if someone puts the word exclamation mark support in the chat, it'll come up on there. Thank you, Persia. Here's a little 30-second video showing you how to donate if you want to, and I do massively appreciate you. Do help me out a lot if you do. Keep the channel going. Especially, wow, keep the StreamYard going anyway. Here's how to do it. It takes debit cards, credit cards, and paper. But it doesn't matter if you don't. I'll always sort it out. I'm dying for a fucking piss again. Problem is, I think it's the trapped wind. It starts like putting pressure on your insides. Yeah, I think that's all I'll do tomorrow. I think I'll watch some David Lynch stuff. Maybe finish off that documentary I was watching. It was like a filmmaking masterclass. It was really fucking interesting, actually. I think quite a lot of those would be quite interesting watching different directors because I bet they're very different. Because David Lynch's approach to stuff, I imagine, is very, very, very fucking different to someone like Steven Spielberg or someone like that. You know what I mean? Cornish Bob said, anyone know how I can pour my homebrew without using 3 pint glasses? I don't know. Why, what's the issue? Fuck's sake. I miss making homebrew, but it's a bit too... Metallic used to make nice homebrew as well. The problem with homebrew though is just I just drink too much, and then I started drinking. I couldn't be bothered to clear it, so I'd start basically drinking it with loads of yeast in it, and I'm sure that probably contributed to me getting gout. I've only ever had gout a couple of times. I was fizzy and frothing everywhere. Fuck knows, mate. Get a great big fucking jug and pour a bit into that, and then pour that into your glass. What do you make then, Cornish Bob? Is it like beer? Is it wine? Is it like a... What I used to do, I was never really interested in making actual wine. I used to make just like a... It was basically the basic alcohol to sort of distill. So like a sugar wine type thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just sugar, yeast, and water. What you could then distill into other things, but I didn't distill. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, by the way. But I used to call it like half-strength vodka. So it was just like a 20% flavorless alcohol, which you could then do what you wanted to. You could either not ferment it, distill it, or you could add flavorings to it. When I used to do it properly, the thing, what I used to like doing with it was fucking ideal at the time because it was so cheap. I used to go to places like Tesco and Asda and places like that and get their really, really cheap 2% cans of beer that was 440 milliliters. So I think they was like 20p each. So you get about 4 for a quid. So I'd get a load of them and you'd pour the 440 can into a pint glass and then fill the rest up with the 20% homebrew. And then that would equal out to about fucking 8%. An 8% lager. It depended. But that was good shit. And it was cheap as fuck for something that tasted all right. But that I only ever did that if I cleared the booze properly. But often I just got lazy and I couldn't be asked. But I used to use Alcotech turbo yeast, which you can do to about between 15 and 21%, I think. Yeah, I used to quite enjoy it. But as I say, I'd drink too much and I'd make the horriblest fucking booze you could get. But as I said, do you have a vase? And when I read that in my head, I nearly read it as an Americanism, as vase. Have you got a vase? Have you got a vase? Cornish Bob said, I made a Pilsner beer with honey instead of sugar. Oh, nice. Cornish Bob said it's going off mental to pour. I like the vase approach, but yeah, that would work. Somewhat big that you can just fill a bit in the bottom of and then pour it in your glass. Cornish Bob, it tastes great, and I'm only on the third one. I'm feeling already. Nice one. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I'll be drinking tomorrow. But there's a small chance I will. But if I do drink tomorrow, I won't be drinking next weekend. 100% not next weekend. I'll be meeting Ben and Kathy and Alan next weekend. So I need to stay sober and don't want to make my brain paranoid. Do you know what I mean by drinking too much? Been all right actually lately. I had a drink last night, but I think I drank the equivalent of. Right, so I drank 9% can of Karpaki, 4 cans of 1664, 2 Budweisers. But I'd say that Karpaki, I fucking hate saying the other name. The other one, that's like 2 cans. So I had about 8 altogether, 7 or 8 cans last night. We was up till fucking 5 o'clock. But yeah, I wasn't hungover, but I shouldn't drink that much. Yeah, I got one. I've got one left. I saved one for last. I saved one for the end of the night, Cornish Bob, but I never drank it in the end because I knew I had to go to bed. If I didn't have to go to bed last night, I would have stayed up till probably 6 o'clock and drunk it. But they're quite nice though. I like them. But that is proper 9%. It's not like a some of them have like trick you and say 9% extra. I can't get it to fucking focus. Piss off then, you shite up. But yeah, 9%. I'll just try to show you on the little bit. Yeah, it's quite nice. I would get a can and see what you think. Yeah, I found it in the local corner shop. And I don't know how much. See, often they're really expensive now. Often any cans of beer. Fuck me, I just noticed that. Any cans of beer at 9% are normally about £2.50 nowadays, or more. £1.70. So you are actually getting your money's worth. But no wonder your guts are full of gas. Yeah, I didn't open that one. I quite like them. Don't know. I couldn't tell you what it's like. Strong lager. Yeah, £1.70 they sell them around here for. It's the cheapest, strongest sort of beer lager you can get. Yeah, I think Tennant Super and that. But I'll stick with my Skull. Yeah, but if you was getting Skull Super, that'd be 9%. And that used to be in a can like that. But they still do Skull Super. I imagine they might not. Oh, no, they still do. What percent is it now, though? Skull Super, that's 8% now. But he don't mean that one. He means the old Skull that my mum and dad used to buy crates of it. Yeah, my mum and dad, the Skull that you drink, Persia, that's the one that my mum and dad used to drink. And there'd be like a 24-pack on the side on the weekend. And if I wanted to nick booze, but so they didn't notice, they always fucking knew. But I'd still try and style it out and, do it so they didn't know. I'd get a can. And I think we probably opened it as well, but I can't remember the whole process now. But all I know, no, probably didn't. That'd be obvious. But we'd get a can, basically stab a hole in it, pour that can into a glass, pour a little bit on the side, and then leave like the knife or the fork like laying on the side with the can there. So it looked like this knife had accidentally pierced the can and it had leaked all over the side. That's how we'd nick a can if we wanted one. Yeah, 2.4 delicious. They are nice though. They are. They are exactly that version. They are delicious and refreshing. They are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a nice weaker beer. Is refreshing. How many times did you do that? I don't know. Probably a lot. And then the other one was nicking the overproof rum and then filling it back with water until my poor old dad found out it was just water in there. Because the overproof rum was like, get that out when people come around and make them drink it. Because, you try and down a fucking like 70% shot. It's a bit much. So see if you can style that one out. Although I can. Last time I got given some 70%. I got given some 70% rum with the expectation I was going to sort of, react to it. And I didn't. So I knew what was happening. I knew no one would come up to me with a random fucking shot in their house and go, here. I knew it was going to be fucking super strong. First, I saw an advertisement for 0% Captain Morgan run today. Fuck it. Yeah, exactly. Cornish Bob said, I did nick my dad's homemade wine and top it with water. Came home in a police car. Exactly, mate. Oh, God. Fuck's sake. Yeah. I used to love nicking a bit of booze back in the old days. Good fun. Yeah, I don't mind these. They're good for, I don't know. If you want if you want to feel the effects of the booze quickly, get yourself some of them. Fuck's sake. Yes, finders keepers, Persia, exactly. I think my mum and dad used to do homebrew occasionally. And I think my mum has mentioned me and Malcolm nicking that before, but I can't actually remember. So, but yeah, we often used to have the nights of laying there, puking your guts up like you're dying. Oh, God. The amount of teenagers who would have been in this room when I was a teenager. I remember one of our mates, we'd been up the allotments, eating loads of fucking fruit, got drunk that night, and he was laid just there, puking his guts up all over my fucking floor, and it was coming out dark red. And we were shitting ourselves until we suddenly remembered we'd been up the allotments nicking loads of fucking raspberries. It looked like fucking like blood, and we were shitting it. And that was we did that shit so often that we would just leave them to do it. And that we was at the village one night. I won't go on about this too much, but it was just we had the experience of it, so we thought it was perfectly normal to do. My mate was laid on the floor puking his guts up and like half unconscious, just you know, and we was just going to leave him to it until he stopped, and then carry on with our evening. Just as long as someone watched him. You know what I mean? One of our friends' mums turned to come up, just happened to turn up. It's called a fucking ambulance. Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. But yeah, she called an ambulance. And I had to go to the fucking hospital with my mate because he was puking. Pissed out of my fucking face. Pretending I wasn't. Because that dick was puking. Do you know what? We went down there and we sat down there until he was sober enough to come home. And we came back and I carried on getting pissed. I can't remember if he did or not, but he may have. Constable said drink culture was the normals team. Well, exactly, mate. Exactly. I said, yeah, wouldn't even look twice. No, you just leave them there to puke. But, you just leave them there to puke their guts up. They'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? They'll be all right. As long as they're not laying their back or something stupid, But yeah. Yeah, I was so used to that. So used to seeing people do that, but if you're not used to seeing it, that probably looks really fucked up. Yeah, and our mate's mum, we wasn't with this mate. It was my mate, Steve. Steve wasn't with us at the time, but his mum happened to walk past at the time. My mate Paul was laid on the floor, puking his guts up from drinking too much. Called the ambulance. Yeah, that's that. One of my younger brothers has definitely been to hospital during it. Yeah. I don't think I have. I've definitely done that. I've definitely been laid. I remember being laid on the floor. I'd given up when I used to drink every day, I gave up drinking for 2 weeks. It's the longest I'd ever given up for the whole entire period of like 16 to 21. I'd never stopped drinking for more than like a couple of days. You know what I mean? Gave up for 2 weeks, and then I decided to just go straight back into it and drink what I normally drank. And I bought a bottle of White Lightning, and I was fucking fucked. night, and I remember being laid on the floor in someone's hallway, just fucking heaving my fucking guts up. Cornish Bob said, I think what got me nicked was I was projectile vomiting on oncoming cars. Now he's doing it. Fuck's sake. Phil said, I used to sleep in the bath with my mouth at the plug hole. I had an uncle choke on his own vomit, so it's an irrational fear. Fuck's sake. Oh, your mouth. Fucking hell, Persia. In my head, you said your mouth at the tap. I pictured that wrong in my head. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's because it can happen. Obviously, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, it's horrible. Yeah. Yeah, can choke on your own vomit and you can die. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I read that as tap. But I thought you was letting the tap drip into your mouth. You know. Shuriken Zone said projectile power vomiting is underrated. The last time I was projectile vomiting was when I had vertigo, and it got so bad. It came on pretty quick. Vertigo is a lot worse than you think. A lot worse. Imagine the most drunk you've ever been, and that spinning. Or even just, you know, when you're a kid and you spin round and round and you get that dizzy. Imagine that being constantly happening to you with no let up, right? As bad as that, the whole room's going like that, right? When I had vertigo like that, and it came on in about half an hour like that, it suddenly just got so bad that if I even took half a fucking step forward, I would just be going, fucking puking everywhere. And I couldn't move, because every time I moved, my stomach would make me puke again. And so I basically stood in my kitchen and had to shout to my family, someone's going to have to clean this puke up, because I was literally just stood there going, I couldn't move. Could not move. And I basically puked in the faces of about 3 different fucking doctors and nurses. And I don't mean badly, but what would happen was my stomach was empty, and I had to go to hospital for it because I couldn't fucking do anything. Couldn't do anything. I was in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. As soon as Malk would move me forward, I'd start puking. So he'd take me into the doctor's office, like to see different ones because they weren't sure what was happening. He'd wheel me in, and at this point I had to put a blindfold on because I had to have my hat over my eyes to stop the room spinning, right? As soon as I would lift the hat up and look at them, I'd go, ugh! And I'd start heaving and puking. Yeah, and I definitely puked a bit on fucking nearly everyone I spoke to be honest. You know that heaving, coughing, puke that nothing's coming out, but it's like spit coming out your mouth. That was fucking fucked. That vertigo was. It was it's a bizarre illness, but yeah. Metallic said, "Don't drink alcohol. Drinking is bad." That sounds absolutely hellish. Metallic, Persia said, Metallic, how much gin have you had last night? Yes. Metallic, laughing at myself quite a lot, Persia. I'm hoping Mike will read that comment correctly. Did I? I found. I don't know what it's from. I don't know what's from. Stop quoting things I've never heard of. Cornish Bob said, I hope you all had a good after party last night. So I could make it. That was quite good, mate. Yeah, it was quite good fun. Right. Persia said for dry bollock, bulk, it's called here. But yeah, that, yeah. The dry heaving puke fucking thing. But a bit comes out, or a bit of fucking spit comes out. But yeah. One of them, I did it directly in her face. And she sort of jumped back. They think they'd be used to it, or expect it. I'm going to have to go off in a second. Metallic said, a clip you made for me to send my grandson the other day. I can't remember that anymore. What's that? I vaguely remember doing that, but I can't remember what it was of. Oh, South Park, fucking course. And I do know what it is. Guys, Bob said room spin is like the worst thing. Stuff. Yeah, imagine that constantly. So the worst you've ever had it, and constantly. Wow, for fucking ages. I think I had like full on that for over a week, 2 weeks. I would have to lay in my bed and like couldn't. So I had tablets and that, so it was getting better. But yeah, I had after effects of vertigo for at least 2 or 3 months until it fully stopped. I could look up and I could still vaguely see the ceiling moving for fucking ages. Constant headache, horrible. And it just went. Oh, I'm going to have to go off as well in a minute. Persia, good night, mate. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone. Shuriken said, the sickest I've ever been was in Paris. Long story short, I projectile vomited on the marble floor of the Louvre at lunchtime. Black-clad guards came out of nowhere and dragged me into a back room. Fucking hell. That sounds great, but not. Oh, God. Hilarious, but yes. At the food court of the Louvre. Fucking hell. Right, thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to go off, though. My guts are playing up. I need to lay down. Take a fucking tablet and yeah. Right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Good night. R.I.P. Rest in peace, David Lynch. Love you. You are the greatest director there's ever been. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later. Good night. I just need to get my fucking thing to work. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I think I better turn it off. Fucking nightmare. No. Maybe. Did I get it? Metallic, can you stop the stream? I can't physically press the button with the thing. Every time I go to press it, it disappears. Yes, please. Thanks for watching. Say no night to the boys and girls. No night, boys and girls. Goodbye.